Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and welcome to today's Living in Vraja session. We are very happy to again have the opportunity to take you in this adventure. We had a long break for not being in the Holy Dham, but we feel very happy now that we are back into the Holy Dham to start again this session. We are having at the moment also some service in the project of His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj, which is called Rupa Seva Kunj. We are doing internal design for 6 kutis of the 6 Goswamis. So we are in Braj, but we are doing a lot of things at the same time. But we feel extremely grateful that we got the time and energy to prepare this session despite the other services. So we will start. I think I will start directly by sharing the screen again. Yeah. Okay. So today we are going to see different places. We will be in the center of Govardhan Hill, Manasi Ganga, Harideva, Cakra Thirta. There are like a lot of very powerful places just in the middle of Govardhan town. But what we will do before, when we start, like we always do when we start, we will offer our obeisances. Do that in our mind. Like we will actually, before the obeisances, we will just have like entry into the place. From Govinda Lilamrita about Krishna's pastimes in Manasi Ganga. And maybe Purnamasi, if you would like to read the quote.
Yes, thank you. Krishna gathered his cows that were wandering here and there with the sound of his flute and brought them to Manasi Ganga with the cowherd boys. Then he made all the cows and cowherd boys drink the nice, cool and clear water. He himself also drank and spent a lot of time bathing and playing in the water. Coming back on the shore, Krishna was surrounded by his friends, and laughingly he fed them all savories with mangoes, condensed milk, and churned yogurt, personally sitting with them and eating along with them. Govinda Lilamrita 31 to 37.
Thank you. So this is like a very beautiful Shastric entry this place, Manasi Ganga. We will go to our Manasi Ganga. You can see on the right side there are some beautiful steps where we can offer our obeisances. But first watch nicely the picture, the beautiful Manasi Ganga lake. That's actually a narrow part which goes behind. This lake is, I heard, one of the biggest lake in Braj, or Kund in Braj, and goes actually not only what we see, but also many places we don't see. So please look very carefully. Remember that this is Manasi Ganga. This is the Ganga that came from the mind of Lord Krishna. So it's non-different than Ganga, even better than the normal Ganga, because it came directly from Krishna's mind. Now you can close your eyes, and in your mind's eyes you can come down the gates and offer your obeisances. Try to feel the presence of the Holy Dham, presence of Manasi Ganga. So many pastimes took place at this place, and we ask now for blessings and abilities to enter the spiritual dimension today in our pilgrimage. Now you can take a few drops of the crystal clear Manasi Ganga water and place it on your head and offer a prayer. So we will have today also a principle of pilgrimage we used to do also before. And today's principle of pilgrimage is entering the holy Dham with our mind. Manasi Ganga, there is actually this concept of the mind, the Ganga that was manifested from Krishna's mind. Entering the holy Dham is very much something we do inside of our own mind. Because we might be staying in the holy Dham but having our mind anywhere else. But we might be staying outside of the Dham, but in our mind be present in the holy Dham. And this is what we want actually to reach with those living in Vraj presentation, is that access the holy Dham with our mind. We have to make a space in our mind to allow the holy Dham to be manifested. As long as our minds are full with stuff, it will be difficult for these people to manifest. Therefore, many people who come for pilgrimage, they come for a short amount of time, when they leave aside all the duties of the world, but they know now for a short amount of time I will be able to absorb fully into the spiritual dimension. So we will start in Harideva temple, and he will be
Yes. Hare Krishna, we are devotees. Raj, can hear? I can come close.
No.
Disconnecting.
I was saying for us it's also really an experience.
Hare Krishna. Mataji, is it a possibility to lower the background music a bit?
Okay. No.
But now it's completely gone. Yes.
Okay. I can try again to speak. It's okay?
Yeah, okay now.
Yes, very clear, very clear.
Okay, thank you. So as I was saying, it's an experience for us. So also this time, because as my husband was sharing, we are also doing some service and we felt, oh, we don't have so much time to go. Normally we go in the place and we spend time, and this time we had still time, we took the time. But it was interesting because this time that we took, there was a lot of reciprocation, as we will explain you through the pictures. And I was just sharing yesterday with my husband, oh, we are in the Holy Dham, but I still feel I would like to enter the real Holy Dham, and sometimes I'm not able. But then when these small exchanges happened, I felt, yeah, Vrindavan actually is like a mother. So the fact of living in Vrindavan.
Mataji, the network is very weak.
What is?
The network is weak.
The network is weak. Okay.
Yes, so Vrindavan is like a mother, and there is a beautiful prayer that says, oh, my dear Vrindavan, you are like a mother, and I am like your small child. Please take me on your lap, clean me from the dust, and nourish me with love for Radha and Krishna. And in this way, we felt also like Vrindavan being like a mother. And the temple that you see here in the picture is the temple of Harideva. And it is said actually normally devotee will start their parikram in Govardhan, even Prabhupada mentions in Chaitanya Charitamrita from this place, from Haridev. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself, he started actually his parikram from here. In fact, here is just on the right side of the temple before entering, there is this small shrine with Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Padapitam. So there are the footprints of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and there is a beautiful verse from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Harideva agenache preme mattahana sabaloka dekite aila ascharya shuniya. We say Harideva age, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived to see Harideva. And preme mattahana. And immediately, actually, so this is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, when he came in front of the deities, prema matta, he was completely intoxicated with love. We need to remember that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is in the mood of Srimati Radharani, and we will see the beautiful story how these deities manifested. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came, he practically saw Shamasundara, and he started to dance. He was full of ecstasy, and everyone around, from Sabaloka, the Kite, so all the villagers, they got to know and they saw. So they all went to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that he was dancing in ecstasy. And Ascharya, they were all, it was wonderful. They were all so surprised to see Chaitanya, the beautiful form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the priest that was serving also the deities, they were very kind. They welcomed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And at the same day, in Brahmakund, we will see that another beautiful and small just next to Harideva. There was a Bhattacharya, he was a devotee, and he was cooking for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after taking darshan, he went to Brahmakund, he took his bath, and then he respected prasadam. And for one night, he was resting in the temple of Harideva. And in that night, he started to reflect, oh, because I'm not able to climb, I will not climb on Govardhan. How will I be able to see Gopal, the deity of Gopal that is on the top of Giriraj? And like this, and then we know that Gopal heard the prayer of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and actually then he himself came down. As we proceed, before entering the temple, there is again another beautiful shrine with the Giriraj. Giriraj is everywhere in Govardhan. We have the main Giri, the big Giriraj, and every 2 steps there is a Giriraj stones. There is a small temple of Giriraj that is always worshipped. So he's one of those temples. He's just also next to Haridev. And then slowly we can enter to the temple. The temple construction of Haridev is actually very traditional. Yesterday we were speaking also with one person, Vraja Basi, was saying, yeah, the Haridev temple is a traditional temple. So this is like pre-entrance, and then there is the small also door, and then one enters in the temple. And here we can see, here is Haridev. Actually, it's very beautiful. You can see from the picture, and also again, it's very kind. Actually, every morning, if you go to Haridev around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, you can have this darshan, because like in every temple, like when in the morning Lord Krishna is bathed and dressed, but here in Haridev, they do everything with open doors. And we were quite surprised because we went 2 days ago, we went there and we got first beautiful darshan, that it was very beautiful just to see him like this. And then we can see it's like a family business to bathe Krishna in the morning. We were there for 1 hour and a half, almost 2 hours. Then the pujari started to do the abhishek, so he was pouring water in the deep, then he had to dress. There was the wife also helping. Many of the Vrijabhasi, they all come at the same time. Some were bringing garlands, and some perfumes. They brought 2 or 3 perfumes. So I was thinking, okay, this is really, it was like of a family, not distant God. It was so like a family business to worship Haridev. So it was very, very, very beautiful.
I wanted to take a picture of Harideva like this, and I wanted to ask the Pujari But then the Pujari left, so I just took the picture. When the Pujari came back, I asked the Pujari if he could take a picture closer to get a better quality. He said, no picture of Haridev when he is in Kopin. I said, would you like to be photographed when you are in Kopin? He asked me, the Pujari. So somehow I just got the intuition to take the picture before asking him, so that he could have actually this darshan. And we noticed actually of preparing this living in Braj, there were so many interesting locations coming. Like Vajanti went to buy, when the baby was almost dressed, went to buy some garland, jasmine garland. She noticed there is no garland. So she went, she bought the garland, she brought the garland for Haridev, and then suddenly 2-3 persons, they brought many garlands and many jasmine. And then you will see later, Haridev was dressed with a lot of jasmine, like he looked almost like a gopi. So there was just so many beautiful reciprocation.
Yes, so now we will enter a little bit in the story, how Harideva actually is one of the self-manifested deities, and there are 4 main deities in the Vraja Mandala area, and Haridev is one of them. So it's one of the most ancient and self-manifested deities. And so there was a time that once Radharani and the gopis were all together. And as usual, when they were not with Krishna, they would discuss about Krishna. So they were sharing about their feeling, about the pastimes of Lord Krishna. But as they were sitting and they were speaking, they were very excited about the beauty, speaking about the beauty of Krishna, about how he was charming, and also a little bit about his humorous way of joking. And they felt that they were with Krishna in the sound. They felt his presence, but at the same time they felt separation because they could not be directly with him. And so they were just overwhelmed by feeling of separations, and they became so intense, to fever pitch, it is said, and so much that they could no longer even speak. And what they started to do, happened in the other pastime, they just all together, they just started the Lord. So they were singing Hari, O Deva, and they were just singing the Kirtan. At the same time, Krishna was not far away with the Devas. When there is this separation, he could hear, someone is calling me. And he could not keep it. He just appeared in the midst of the babies. And he appeared like now on his no. So on his left, like he was keeping his left hand, like that, and his right hand he was holding his flute like this. This is the way that he appeared. And not to say that this Brahma is Krishna among them, and immediately with Krishna, the first thing they want to do is to serve him. So they gave him some delicious food for him, and then they started decorated him with beautiful flowers. They were massaging him, and but now the time went, and Krishna, that was the time for him to again go back to the cows and to discover boys. But the gopis, they didn't want to let him to go. They say, no, you cannot, please stay with us. And so much that Radha was pleading with the crying boys, and say, no, always stay here with us. But at the same time, Krishna could hear that also the Gopa, they were starting also to call him out for him. They were saying, oh friend, where are you? Where have you gone? Where are you, Krishna? And in this way, our wonderful Krishna, that is able to satisfy everyone at the same time, so he manifested himself. 24 boys, but he manifested himself in the picture. Again, like Haridev. And that the gopis could every day actually worship Krishna. It's interesting, all the Vrajabhas around, they were thinking that this is a form of Lord of Narayana. But Radharani and the gopis knew that this is Shama Sundara. So every day they were just very happily with flowers, with discussing him. Now we will see. This is the day when we were there. So they dress him, they open windows, open doors, and then at 7:30 there is always the Aarti. So this is we can see the Aarti.
Shri Harideva Maharaja ki jai.
So yeah, here we can see actually this is the beautiful darshan of that morning. You can see here he has a waterfall of jasmine on his head. It's not every day like this, but that day you see and you can see a lot of garlands and a lot of tulsi. So every day was bringing something for Harideva, and yeah, it was very, very beautiful. And we can see also when we go to take darshan of Harideva, the mood we can relate to Harideva and the prayer we can have for Harideva. We know that here we can remember how Krishna appeared and so it's a self-manifested deity in reciprocation to the call of the gopis with this mood of separation. So this is how we should learn to call for Krishna with the mood of separation, so that Krishna cannot keep himself as soon as he sees this feeling. So this is a prayer that we can have for Harideva, that we can also imbibe this mood of separation. Maybe we can take just 2 minutes. We can just hold our hands, look at the beautiful deity of Harideva, and we can also pray. We may one day also develop these intense feelings and feel the separation from the Lord of our heart. Now,
so we will have a short interview from the pujari of the temple. That was also mysterious because we wanted to go, but we don't know Hindi. So to ask him the proper question like this, we did not know. But when we arrived, his daughter was sitting on the stair, and she spoke perfectly English, so she could translate. So we were asking him what is his experience of worshipping Harideva, and he said, "I have no experience at all. Like very humble." And you could see he did not want to speak about himself at all. So we thought, okay, our interview will be useless. And then I said, maybe you can just glorify Harideva. Yes, it's for sure.
We could not stop him any longer.
We asked him for 2 minutes, but it stretched up to 6 or 8 minutes.
Because we told him to stop. Otherwise he would
Yeah. We will have a little part. It did not start exactly at the beginning of the video, but he is explaining about how the deity of Harideva was actually found into a kund.
Bichwa Kund. It's because actually at the time, I think when the Muslim they were invading, many of the deities, as you know, they has been brought out to Jaipur. So Harideva also at that time, so therefore they were bringing the deities out of Vrindavan, or many times they were hiding the deities in the Kund. And in Bichwa Kund, this is one of these lakes in Govardhan where they were hiding Harideva because they were afraid they would take him out of Vrindavan. So here where he starts, the Pujari is explaining how the deity has been found afterward in this Bichwa Kund.
And the video starts with the deity speaking to a devotee appearing into a dream.
कि मैं यहाँ पर बिल्सु कुंड में हूँ, मेरे को आप बाहर निकालो। तो
Sorry, just stop the flute. Okay.
कि मैं यहाँ पर बिल्सु कुंड में हूँ, मेरे को आप बाहर निकालो। तो संत जी गए वहाँ और थोड़ी ज़मीनी खोदी थी, मूर्ति दिखने की बाहर आ गई, लेकिन वो ठाकुरों की भूमि थी। बोले कि बाबा ये मूर्ति तो हमारी ज़मीन में निकली है, इसलिए इसको तो हम अब तेरे को नहीं देंगे, इसको हम ही रखेंगे। वो ठीक है भाई, तुम रख लो, साधु झगड़ा तो करता नहीं है। आ गए, रात को फिर स्वप्न में दर्शन दिए कि तू मेरे को लेके क्यों आया, लेके क्यों नहीं आया, लेके आना चाहिए था। सब बात बताई कि ऐसे ऐसे उन्होंने कहा मेरे को। तो ठीक है, उनको जाके कहो कि तुम अगर उठा कर ले जाओ तो तुम्हारे, और मैं ले जाऊं उठा के तो मेरी। तो वो तो 25-50 आदमी थे, सबने खूब जोर लगाया, लेकिन मूर्ति टस से मस्त उनको उन लोगों से हिली तक नहीं। और ये अकेले ही जब मूर्ति को उठाया तो जैसे बंदर का बच्चा होता है ना, माँ से चिपक जाता है, ऐसे मूर्ति इनसे चिपक गई और ये उसको लाकर यहाँ रख ली। पास में बिल्सु कुंड है, वह बिल्सु कुंड की बातें। और चैत होली के बाद, होली के 2 दिन बाद उनका जन्मदिन मनाया जाता है, चैत कृष्णा द्वितीया तिथि को। तो यहाँ ला करके भगवान की पूजा करने लगे।
I don't know if you could follow the story easily, but yeah.
Yes, so there was a devotee living in Manasi Ganga, and he got the dream in the night. Please come and take me out. I'm in Bichwa Kund. So, but in Bichwa Kund at the time, it was belonging to a king, that area. So when the devotee went there and they saw that the deity was there, the king said, no, the deity has been found here, so the deity, we will worship the deity. And because he says, so the devotee doesn't want to quarrel, so the devotee just left. But as he went back, again in the night, he got another dream. He said, I told you that I am yours. You belong to me, I am yours. So please come and take me. I don't want to stay here. At the same time there were 25 to 50 people that were trying to take out Harideva, but they were not able to. And so the day after, again, this devotee came and he took the deity, and the sample he's given is like a monkey, mother keeping a small monkey. So in the same way, the devotee took the deity like this, and alone he just took, and he went to Manasi Ganga. In this way, the worship start again.
So let's see how we move forward. Maybe I come
निशान नहीं रहना चाहिए।
here. Okay. I don't know how to get out of this. Krishna.
Stop sharing.
Okay, yeah, maybe. Sorry for sending you all the advertisement. Let me get out of here. Okay. Okay, so here we go. So we will now go to Manasi Ganga. And before we will hear a katha about Manasi Ganga and the appearance of Manasi Ganga, we will have a short slideshow so that we can really look at the picture and drink and try to feel yourself there. Observe, try to be as conscious as possible in your mind while you're looking at the pictures. And that the first time I took those pictures, there was finally a little sun because it was every day like a lot of rain. So I got like a good day, sun was there, so I thought, okay, it's my chance to go and take pictures. But then when I studied the pastime of the Noka Lila, where Krishna was taking the gopis on the Manasi Ganga lake, I heard that it was actually monsoon and at that time. And yesterday when we came, there was a lot of rain and sun at the same time. We had like an amazing, amazing weather situation with rainbow and everything. So we'll share a little bit those pictures and then we will have the katha about Manasi Ganga. You might like to observe nicely, try to stay with the picture, and we will have some kirtan. You might like to sing also while the kirtan is going on. Just this. Okay.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Okay, so we'll continue with our kata, and now it will be about the appearance of Manasi Ganga. It is explained that when Krishna had killed the demon called the Vatsasura, which was in the form of a beautiful small calf, after that, when Krishna wanted to play with his friends told him, sorry, Krishna, we cannot play with you anymore because now you are contaminated from having killed a calf. And Krishna said, but what can I do now? It was a demon, you did not see? But the boy said, yes, he was a calf. You will need to actually go and take a bath in the Ganga to purify yourself. Now Krishna was very, very much discouraged just at the idea of leaving Braj, and even more in the idea of interrupting his pleasure pastimes with his friend. So at that time, he implored Ganga to appear in Braj Bhumi. With his mind, he prayed to Ganga, and Ganga appeared in Braja Bhumi. Now, when Ganga appeared, the boys were very happy. They all took bath and played in the water of Manasi Ganga. But it remained quite secret to all the Brijbasi that this water was actually the Ganga. Now, sometimes later, Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda, they were sitting in a kata. They were hearing a sadhu speak. And the sadhu told the story of Garuda who had catched a snake. And Garuda was flying just over the Ganga, and then just the tail of the snake touched the water of the Ganga. And just by the touch of the water, the snake transformed into a four-armed Vaikuntha Loka inhabitant. And then suddenly Garuda saw he had actually a Vaikuntha holy man in his clothes, not anymore the snake. So Garuda took the holy man or the Vaikuntha person on his back and brought him directly to the spiritual world. So when Nanda and Yashoda, they heard this katha, they felt, we have to go to Ganga. We have to take all the Brijbasis, Krishna and everyone, and we have to go for a pilgrimage in Ganga. So they started to prepare the bullock cart, prepare rotis for the journey, and they were ready to go. But Krishna said, where are you going? Where are you going? And Nanda Maharaj said, my dear son, now we are going to go to the Ganga and get purified in the water of the Ganga. Now again, Krishna was not at all interested to leave Vrindavan. And he also did not want anyone of the Brijbasi to think that any other place than Vrindavan will be higher than Vrindavan, or that it was actually necessary to go anywhere else than to stay in Vrindavan. So Krishna started arguing with Nanda Maharaj and said, don't you know that Ganga is here in Braj? Let's go to the... And Nanda Maharaj was saying, yes, you are a small boy. This river in Govardhan, it's a nice river, but it's not directly the Ganga. This is your imagination, this is your fantasy. We have to go to the real Ganga. This is not the real Ganga, Krishna. And Krishna kept arguing and said, I will prove you this is the real Ganga. And Nanda Maharaj said, okay, then if Ganga Devi appear herself there, then I will believe this is the Ganga. Krishna said, that will not be difficult at all. Let's go to Manasi Ganga and have darshan. So they went there at Manasi Ganga, they offered prayer, and then suddenly there was a soft glow appearing in the middle of Manasi Ganga. And from there, a divine woman emerged riding on a great white crocodile. It was Ganga Devi herself. She was dressed in a white sari, decorated with many strands of pearls, and her complexion was moon white. She was very peaceful, and she was stunningly beautiful. All the Brijbasi fell down on the ground and offered their obeisances to Ganga Devi, and as everyone was bowing down, unseen by anyone, Ganga Devi came and offered her respect to Krishna. Ganga Devi had always been anxious to come to Braj, and finally her desire had been fulfilled. She was now in Braj, and all the Brijbasis worshipped her with flower, light, incense. And then when she disappeared, the residents of Braj embraced Krishna and glorified Krishna. You were true. You were saying, how did you know? How can you arrange that everything is here in Vrindavan? And then they all very joyfully took their bath in Manasi Ganga. It is said that actually a big king, Raj Bhagavan Das, was making wonderful work in this Kund Manasi Ganga to actually restore everything in a very nicely way. And it is said that the waters of Manasi Ganga, they reveal the inner truth of Giriraj. They purify the devotees from all unwanted reactions, and they remove the misunderstanding about pure devotion. And finally, they qualify the devotee for service to Radha and Krishna. And although Manasi Ganga eternally flow in Braj, it remained invisible until Krishna evoked its presence and gave it to the Brijbasis. On the side of Manasi Ganga is Brahmakund, place we see now in the picture, and it described that actually Lord Brahma made an abhishek of Lord Krishna after Brahma took away the calves and cowboys to make some to tease the Lord. After that, he felt very ashamed that at this place he was offering an abhishek to Lord Krishna. So this is Brahma Kunta, just on the side of Harideva temple that you see on the left side. So here, like Vajanti was saying, Lord Chaitanya came and took his lunch there. And also there is the story of Nityananda appearing to a Brahmana in this place. We'll hear the story when we come back on the parikram again at Govardhan. And it is described that actually Manasi Ganga was manifested from Krishna's Abhishek in Govinda Kund. Maybe some of you heard that Lord Indra made an Abhishek of Krishna in Govinda Kund. And it is described that to give this Abhishek of Govinda in Govinda Kund, there was milk of Surabhi cow that be used, and there was also water from the celestial Manasi Ganga, from the celestial Ganga that was used. And this water was so profuse that it became a big river that was flowing from Govinda Kund up to Govardhan and filling up Manasi Ganga lake that we have today with the celestial Ganga water. He said that all the milk stayed in Govinda Kund and all the water from Ganga came to Manasi Kund. There is also a beautiful temple from Manasi Devi. There are actually 4 Devis in Raj. There is Vrinda Devi in Kamyavan, Pataleshwari Devi in Mathura. There is Yogamaya in Vrindavan and Manasi Devi in Govardhan, at this place in Manasi Ganga. Okay. So we will now move to another place, which is Cakra Thirta. This is actually all the place we see in front of you in the picture, and Vajanti will take over the Katha.
So Cakra Tirtha, actually, you can see this white temple here behind. So this one is the place where also Chakreshwar Mahadev, so the form of Shiva is here. So this is called Cakra Tirtha. Yeah, exactly. As the garden. So here, as we were hearing also about Lord Krishna that was lifting the Govardhan hill, as we saw also Harideva as his left and up. So at that time, there was so much profuse rain then by Indra, and it is explained that first because they were all concerned that not the water will go under the hill where all the Brijabasis were staying. So first Lord Shiva was trying with his trident. He was also running around trying to keep away the water from for entering under, but he was not successful. And then so Krishna saw this, and he saw this, so he called for his chakra. So the chakra started also to spin around on the outside of Govardhan, so that no water from up will go under the Govardhan hill. And after having done this service, then the Sudarshan chakra, or even the arms of the Lord, they are also personified.
Weapons, yeah.
The weapons of the Lord are also persons. So also the chakra, when he did this service and he came to Vrindavan and he felt, okay, actually I want to stay here in Vraja, I don't want to leave Vraja. And then the Lord say, okay, you can stay here in Vraj, because he felt very much obliged Krishna, because he was helping that no water could go under the hill. And also Lord Krishna wanted, again, also the chakra to witness this spontaneous love, the love of the Brijabasis. So at the same time, he said, okay, You can stay here in Vraja and you can stay in Cakra Thirta. And this will be your place of bhajan. So this is the place, this area here that we see, especially here, this temple is Cakra Thirta, where the chakra reside doing this bhajan, and at the same time, here there is a deity of Lord Shiva that is called Chakreshwara Mahadev, because he was also happy Lord Shiva. And so there is a picture of Chakreshwara. Yeah. That is also very beautiful, again, another reciprocation. So we were going a few days before to take pictures, but we had a picture of Chakreshwara Mahadeva that was very simple. But yesterday when we went, there was the blue the sky with all the clouds and the rainbow. And then we came to take darshan of to see Lord Shiva, and here was Lord Shiva. It was so beautiful. It looks like the goat we were decorating, if you can see, with beautiful garlands and many lotuses, so extremely beautiful. So this is Chakreshwar Mahadev residing in Govardhan. And just next to Chakreshwara Mahadev, we have also, this is the entrance gate. On the left side is Chakreshwara Mahadev, so right now. And just in front of you, as you look, there is this small also path, shrine, and this is actually the samadhi of Sanatana Goswami, the Bhajan Kutir. Is the Bhajan Kutir? Okay. So this is the Bhajan Kutir of Sanatana Goswami. And Sanatana Goswami, as we know, is one of the older Goswamis of, is the older Goswami, and the first one he came with Rupa Goswami, even before Rupa Goswami, he came to Vrindavan. He came in Vrindavan, he had 27 years, and he stayed in Vrindavan up till when he left his body, was 7 years. So for 43 years, he was staying in Vrindavan. And he was constantly traveling in the different parts of Vrindavan, doing his bhajan, writing books. And one place that he really liked very much to reside is here in Cakra Thirta. So here we have the Bhajan Kutir of Sanatana Goswami. But as he was staying there, writing his books, some or other there were a lot of mosquitoes, because also normally where there is water and like this, the mosquitoes are coming out more and more. So at some point, Sanatana Goswami decided, okay, I need to leave. I cannot stay here, I will go somewhere else. But Lord Shiva, as we saw here, that is very present as Chakreshwara Mahadeva, took the form of an elderly Brahman because he didn't want to lose the company of Sanatana Goswami. So he went to Sanatana Goswami and he said, please, why do you want to leave this place? Where do you want to go? And he said, sorry, I cannot do my service here with the mosquito. He said, don't worry, I will take care of you. And so Lord Shiva went to the demigod in charge of the insects and to forbid any mosquitoes to be in Manasi Ganga. So it is said, that from that time, so no mosquitoes were there, and Sanatana Goswami could stay beside there doing his bhajan and writing his book. It said that Sanatana Goswami is the combined form.
Actually, yesterday we were doing this work in Rupa Seva Kunj, and all the time we were beaten up by mosquitoes. Now they start to get really. Then later we went to do the interview to Harideva, and more mosquitoes. We were beaten up in all directions. But when we came to Cakra Thirta's place in the Ghat, we were chanting there for 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, no mosquito. So it was really, up to now, it's actually almost no mosquito there. I think the giant saw the reflection of one turning around, but almost not.
Yeah. And so, yes, Sanatana Goswami remained here. Sanatana Goswami actually every day will do a Govardhan Parikrama, but not like normally we do this 21 kilometers. He will do like the big one that is over 30 kilometers. And Sanatana Goswami will do this daily. It was part of his vow. But as he became old, as we heard, he was 70 years old. He continuously was still doing, but he was just so, it was exhausting for him. Actually, we have the experience, well, once a week we try to do Govardhan Parikrama, and here also there are some devotees that they do even 2 times Parikrama or 3 times per day. Is part of their sadhana, of their bhajan. And there is one Baba special that it's amazing. He's also quite old, but he still keep on doing the parikrama. We can see because for the body is intense to do this every day. So we always see him from time to time that he has just to lay down and to rest, and then he can complete. So in the same way, Sanatana Goswami was doing the parikrama, and one time he had to stop because it was just too intense for doing the full parikrama. And Krishna could not see any longer this. Then again, he took, as a small boy, he came to Sanatana Goswami and he said, Baba, you are too old to do this. Please don't do this. You have done enough. Lord Krishna loves you. But Sanatana Goswami said, yes, sorry, this is my vow. At the same time, Sanatana Goswami and Krishna started to fan because he was resting. So he started to fan Sanatana Goswami. And with the other part of his cloak, with his chadar, he was fanning Sanatana Goswami. And Sanatana Goswami changed something. He said, this boy is fanning me as the same soothing effect on my body that his voice is on my heart. And Sanatana was almost crying. And then he said, yeah, I made a vow, I need to do this parikrama today. But then Krishna, in the form of a small boy, stepped on a Giriraj Shila. He took his flute and he started to play. And the Giriraj Shila melted under his feet. And still nowadays we can see there is this Shila with the feet of Lord Krishna imprinted. And then he told to Sanatana Goswami, please, now you don't need to do this any longer. It's enough. If you 7 times you go around this Govardhan Shila, it will be good enough like doing the Govardhan Parikrama. And yes, so Sanatana Goswami followed this. So this Shila was present till the time of Sanatana Goswami was present in Cakra Thirta. And then it came the time, this is Guru Purnima. One day the leading Goswamis, they went to see Sanatana Goswami, but it's easy to absorb in deep meditation. But soon they noticed that Sanatana Goswami had left this world. As I say, it was considered actually the guru of everyone, the Vrijabhasi and even the Goswamis themselves, because he was the older one. They were considering him like the spiritual master. So they took his body, they made a parikrama around Manasi Ganga, and then they brought him to the temple to the Madan Mohan temple in Vrindavan, where nowadays we can see also his samadhi. And the Shila, the Govardhan Shila that Krishna personally gifted to Sanatana Goswami, we can find it nowadays in the temple of Radha Damodar. And so this is the Bhajan Kutir of Sanatana Goswami. And just here on the right side of the Bhajan Kutir, we can see there is also a beautiful temple with the deity of Gaur Nitai, because also it is said that both Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda spent some nights here in this place. And just if we go here on the left, so here is the Chakreshwar Mahadev, and if we continue to walk here, there are some steps that brings out to Manasi Ganga, and this is called Paranga Ghat. So it's the place from where Lord Krishna started with the gopis to go into the Manasi Ganga. So now we will hear also the pastime of Lord Krishna with the gopis on Manasi Ganga.
And actually, Jiva Goswami speaks in Gopal Champu about this Nokalila, about Krishna becoming a boatman for the gopis, and in few astakams of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur or here Raghunath Goswami, we hear about, there is one paragraph speaking about this boat lila, and maybe Shri Hari Govinda, if you would like to read this one.
Yes, gladly remove Harish. Govardhan Ashraya Dasakam. Who will not take shelter of Govardhan Hill, where the divine couple enjoy their rescue fee pastimes? and where the Manasa Ganga flows. In the Manasa Ganga, the pilot Madhava took sweetly beautiful Radha on his boat, and when she, frightened by a great storm, prayed that he calm it, he claimed from her a rescue fee, the fulfillment of his amorous desires.
Thank you. So here we have a beautiful painting describing this pastime, and it's actually very elaborately described by Shivaram Swami in his book Navavraj Mahima. This pastime, it's actually very, very nicely explained that actually it was in the evening, and these pastimes take place actually during the rainy season, and it was actually getting quite late, and the gopis had to cross over the Manasi Ganga. But when they came there, they noticed that there was actually no boat, no boatmen. But when they looked a little bit closer, they saw that one boat was there, but a very old and broken down boat, but no boatmen. So they did not know what to do until they heard some snoring coming from the boat. So they came close and they saw someone was sleeping under a blanket. So they took the blanket, they pulled a little bit the blanket, and they saw a boatman who was resting under, and they tried to wake him up and say, please take us to the other side. But the boatman said, oh, I had actually a very long day today. I'm out of service. I'm not working anymore. And he pulled back the blanket over his face. But the gopis had really to cross, and they did not have much choice. So they actually, Lalita came forward, and Lalita, with a strong voice, said, my dear boatman, here is the princess of Vashana, the princess of Vashana, and for her you really have to do the work. So the boatman started to become agreeable shortly, and he said, but we are too many gopis and too many milk products, my boat will not stand all of that. So the gopis, they came and they started to shake a little bit the boat, and they laughed and they said, no, your boat is okay, your boat is okay. But they noticed one thing. So the boatman said, okay, let's try, up to you, you take the risk. But they noticed that the feet and the hands of the boatman were very soft. So they understood actually this boatman must not have much experience. He must be quite new boatman. Usually they get a lot of hard skin on their hands and feet. So they decided actually to start. They climbed into the boat and they started to move in the middle of the Manasi Ganga. But after short, actually they had to discuss a price. The boatman said, okay, I will do that for you, but it will cost much more than usual because I'm not working at the moment. So they were very surprised to see that the boatman wanted a payment in milk products. So they agree, no matter what, they had to cross. But after a short while, the boatman stopped rowing and looked at them, just kept looking at them with a smile. And the gopi said, hey, what are you doing? Move forward, keep rowing. And the boatman said, I'm too hungry. I'm tired, I'm hungry. I need a prepayment milk product. The gopis agreed and gave him some yogurt and ghee, but they were amazed to see that he was actually eating yogurt with both hands. He was even drinking the ghee. They thought, my God, we know only one person who can take so much milk product, but this person is not a boatman. Our Krishna is not a boatman. But then they were reflecting, actually, these boatmen also do not seem to know what he's doing. So we don't know if that's a real boatman. Anyway, after taking all the milk product, the boatman laid a little bit on his back and said, I think I have a little overeaten. I think now I need to take a good nap. But the gopis were really, no, you have to go now. So the boatman stretched his arm and feet and said, maybe you can give me some massage to bring back some strength in my body for more growing. And the gopi said, no. We will take your arms, we will take your legs, but we will throw you overboard if you don't immediately start to row. The boatman started again, slowly rowing until the wind started to blow softly. And up to now, there was actually a hole on the boat, and up to now, the boatman had kept his toe on the hole of that boat. And now, without saying anything, the boatman moved his toe, and water started to enter into the boat. The wind started to get a little bit stronger. So the gopi said, "Hey, boatman, look, water is coming in." The boatman said, "I told you we are much too heavy, too many gopis, too many milk products." And Krishna told them that now they will have, if they want to be saved, they have to throw all their milk products into the water. They did not have any choice. They were in the middle of the lake. The wind was getting stronger and stronger. Water was coming. They threw all their pots into the water, but still water was coming. And Krishna said to you, or the boatman, sorry, that you have to throw now all your jewels. And that was actually mainly belonging to their parents, the jewels they had. So finally they had to do so. But the wind started stronger, the rain came, the water was keeping coming into the boat, and then the gopis became very, very helpless. And they say, "What to do? Please save us, please save us." And then the boatman said, "We are still too heavy. Now you have to throw all your clothes overboard." And when they heard that, they thought, "This is not a boatman. This cannot be a boatman to ask us to do such a thing. There is only one person that can be that person, and that should be our Krishna, our Shyama Sundar." At the time, the wind became so strong and the boat was shaking and rocking in all directions. And Radharani, knowing this is actually my Shyama Sundar, she screamed and called for help and took Shyama Sundar in his arm. And when Shyama Sundar got what he wanted, actually the embrace of Srimati Radharani, then he made all the cloud appear. And the boat managed to keep going up to a close by island where they all changed their clothes into dry clothes. And then Krishna manifested a very beautiful and opulent boat like we see on the picture. And then the Krishna and the gopis were actually happily cruising down the Manasi Ganga. The gopis were making some music and with instruments, and others were steering the boat through the placid lotus-filled water of Manasi Ganga. And it's ending with a prayer. "I pray that one day I may be blessed to sit by the shore of Manasi Ganga and hear the sound of the gopis' laughter mixed with the sweet melodies of Radha's flute as they echo over its water." So this was what we prepared for today, sharing, and we will end our pilgrimage today in Manasi Ganga by taking a bath in Manasi Ganga. Manasi Ganga is the Ganga that appears from the mind, and this is very much what we try to do in our pilgrimage, that we actually go to the holy Dham in our mind, and we will do now take a bath in our mind. So please look very attentively at the picture. And then please close your eyes. Well, you can see yourself already in the bathing cloth, and you can enter deeply into the water, Manasi Ganga. You can offer a few palms water as an offering to Manasi Ganga. Can remember how she appeared in this particular place, riding on a white crocodile. Now please take 3 deep into the water. And now, just looking at Manasi Ganga, offer your prayers. After offering your prayers, you can come back on the shore, Manasi Ganga. And come out of the water. And with heart full of gratitude, you can again offer one-time your obeisances. Please remember your spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, for this amazing opportunity and gift. They gave us the gift of Sri Vrindavan, Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you had a wonderful parikram or pilgrimage, and that Vrindavan Dham could enter deeper or manifest in your heart. I don't know if you have anything you would like to share, or any questions, or anything you would like to discuss before we end the call. Sonia?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you and hear you.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. I try to speak in English. Okay. These exchanges make me reflect on the water that purifies, on secret bath, and on the purification process. Vajayanti, can I ask you a favor? Okay, if I speak in Italian, ok, later. Quindi vorrei chiedervi quanto nella vita spirituale bisogna prima liberarsi interiormente, quanto siamo noi a doverci svuotare, quanto invece è la misericordia che si avvicina e ci libera. Voi che siete lì, cosa sentite a riguardo?
So the question Sonia is asking is like how much is important in our spiritual process then to purify ourselves on one side, so that we have to become clean and purify ourselves before allowing the Lord to come, and how much this or is just the mercy also. So you understand these two. She was also asking also what is our experience also being here in the Vrindavan.
What is that?
But like I was saying also yesterday, as I say, I had the same feeling on one side. I say with Gorari, okay, now we are here in Vrindavan because we are also doing other things, so I feel I'm not really in the real Vrindavan. And so due to my conditionings and like this, and but then as we went yesterday to Manasi Ganga and this quite few reciprocation that we were explaining to you happened, and then I really felt like yes, I mean it's important to purify ourselves and to clean ourselves, but the mercy is really a big importance, and always to remember it's just the Lord. Radha and Krishna, the spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, they love us unconditionally. Even if we don't do anything, the Lord just loves us. So this side is always there, how the Lord is the mercy. It's the main quality actually of Lord Krishna is his compassion and mercy. That doesn't mean that we should not do from our side, but always to remember, like a mother, no? If you think, like we say, Vrindavan is compared to a mother, like a mother, you are a mother also, no? With your children. There is this love. So the same, the Lord is with us. We are like his children, so he loves us unconditionally. And yes, so it is said even he doesn't see actually the wrong things in the behavior of the devotee. He only think that what he's only seeing is our what we are trying to do for him. This is what he sees. The other thing he doesn't see. So definitely, I think it's very important to meditate and to on the mercy of and the compassion of the Lord. Otherwise, it might become that it's almost impossible for us on our own to reach the level where we want to go. It's just not possible. But when we meditate also on this side, actually the Lord is very compassionate and very close also, very close, like a mother, no? If the child, sometimes even when the child is small, many times the child cries for nothing. But when the child is sincerely crying, the mother immediately will go. So for us also, the most important thing is sincerity. So when we call out for the Lord is immediately there. We don't need to do much. So to find this place of sincerity in our heart where we can call out for the Lord is very close to us, very close. That's the closest than anyone else. So
I was thinking also how this purification process is important. I even thought of we try to do Manasi seva, or we go in our mind into the holy dham and take bath, and we can see it's not so easy to meditate because our mind are not so pure yet. And as actually we become more and more purified in our consciousness, as more and more actually we can enter into deeper levels of Krishna consciousness. Therefore, actually, we are doing our sadhanas, we are trying to act in a proper way in the world and like this to purify, because as more as it becomes purified, as more actually we can connect into a deeper way. But I like also very much when the interview of the priest who was saying, like, when the sadhu came to take the deity grasped the sadhu like a baby monkey who is grasping his mother. So I think it goes parallel. We have to do the best we can from our side to purify ourselves nicely. There was also this beautiful blessing of Manasi Ganga that it will actually remove the misconception about bhakti, about pure devotional service. So that actually, because this is what is going to purify the most the most powerful agent of purification is serving the Lord for his pleasure. This is so Manasi Ganga will also help us to remove not that sometimes we have misconception about bhakti, that bhakti is to do a lot of service, as much as service as possible, or to do things that everyone will glorify us. All those are actually misconception of bhakti. But the real agent, what will purify most, is when we do this simple, heartfelt bhakti of, I do that for your pleasure, my Lord. I am a mother for your pleasure, my Lord. I'm cooking for your pleasure, my Lord. And that's actually what is going to purify ourselves, the best way of purification. And what Vajanti said, a lot of mercy also.
Mm.
Thank you. Thank you for your
Thank you.
question. Shri Hari Govinda.
Hare Krishna, thank you for the lovely journey and taking us to Vrajadham. And I was thinking during the Nauka Leela, of course, the gopis and Radharani, they're perfect. But this pastime depicts how to surrender to Krishna. Like we carry so many baggages, we carry so many things, and first our material possessions, and then our pride, our ego. And Krishna slowly takes, okay, give that away, and give that away, and give that away. And only once you've given everything away and you become completely helpless, and you say, Krishna, I have nothing left. I'm completely at your mercy. And then Krishna shows himself. He says, yes, now I'm here. And that was such a beautiful depiction of that.
Thank you. Thank you. It was part of the Leela, but I did not spoke on that. So thank you for adding that into the discussion. Thank you.
Actually, the gopis, they are actually the highest example they give up everything, no? So it's, yes. So it's definitely, it's very nice to see how they do everything. They have only Krishna, no? They can give up everything. So we can also pray to them, that we can also let go.
Thank you. Thank you for your participation. And Krishna willing, we meet in 2 weeks again for another. I think next time we will go to Chandra Sarovar, Paita, and the very few very special places in this area we'll see in 2 weeks. Thank you for joining. All the best. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Vrindavan Dham ki jai.